What's up, man? It's been a minute since I've done a live stream. What's up with you, Tanish? I think that's Tanish. I can't even read. My eyes are messed up right now. My apologies. Man, God bless you. Man, family, come on in, give you guys a minute before we get started. Man, this is gonna be rough. You know what I mean? It's gonna be rough. It's been a while since we've had a live stream. Man, my plan is to get back into these a little more often, a little more frequent. I apologize for the lighting. My light went out behind my on my stand, so it's kind of dark in here, but it is what it is. Ah, wow, what's up? What's up? What's up, man? Family, man. I had a blessed trip, man. We're gonna go in. We're going in today. This is gonna be rough, but we gotta grow up. We gotta grow. What's up with you, Cosmic? We gotta grow up emotionally. You know, so many of us we think that we're already grown. You know, we think we got life figured out until some shit happens to us. You know what I mean? We think we got everything figured out. We can't be told shit. You know what I mean? Because we grown, we got kids, we paying our own bills, we doing our own thing. And so many of us, because we paying our own bills and because we think we doing our own thing, we think we got life figured out until something drastic happens, until something chaotic happens, until you lose your job, until you lose the loved one of your life, or whatever the case may be. Something has to happen. Something, God has to allow something to happen in your life to get your attention, to get you off your high horse, to get you back down the playing field. You know what I mean? To where He could talk to you now. Because so many of us, we start getting money coming in, and you know how money do for some of us. You know, you can't be told shit. I pay my own bed. I pay my own bills and da da da. Can't nobody tell me shit, and I'm grown and da da da. You start paying your own bills and you act like you know every fucking thing until some shit happens to you in life and God fucks your world up. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. God is gonna do some shit that's get your fucking attention. 2025, I told you guys at the beginning of this year, and I told some of you that was here with me in 2024. 2025 ain't gonna get better for you if you ain't doing the shit in 2024 for 2025 to get better for you. Stay with me. If you didn't do the work in 2024, you can't expect 2025 to be your year. I don't give a damn how many times you run around. I don't give a damn how much you go to church, how often you pay your tithes and offering. Ain't none of that shit gonna matter. You know what I mean? You got to put in the motherfucking work. There is no shortcuts in life. You can't just wake up and sing kumbaya and everything's gonna be great for you. You know what I mean? You can't just say five Hail Marys and three kumbayas and rub the priest's belly in his head and all that other shit, and life is gonna get drastically better for you. That's not how life works. You gotta put in the motherfucking work. You gotta put in the work. But see, we don't want to put in the work because we think we've been doing all that. I've gone to school for 8 years. I've been in school for 10 years. I've been on this job for 14 years. You ain't did what the fuck you supposed to do. That ain't nobody's fucking fault. We're going there today. Again, it's going to be rough for some of you. It's going to be eye-opener for some of you. We've got to grow the fuck up. The shit you've been doing ain't been fucking working. You've been doing the same stupid ass bullshit for the last 15, 20 years and thinking your life is going to get better. And your life ain't got no damn better. It's time that we grow the fuck up emotionally and understand. Okay, wait a minute. I've been going to this raggedy ass church, paying my tithes and offering, singing in the choir, being a deacon, being an usher, being on the pastoral staff, and all this other shit for the last 15 years, for the last 10 years. And my life ain't got no fucking better. I'm still lonely. I'm still frustrated. I'm still broke and all this other shit. I still got these fucking issues. I'm still mad at my ex. I'm mad at my baby mama. I got daddy issues. We've been doing the same bullshit for the last 10 years. When are we gonna grow the fuck up as a people? We're going there today. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna get rough. You've been voting for these same raggedy ass, sorry ass, no good politicians for the last fucking since America came into being America. You've been voting for these same raggedy ass motherfuckers, thinking life was gonna get better for you, thinking they was gonna pass some shit to benefit you. When are you gonna wake the fuck up? Everybody talking about all these motherfuckers fucking around and finding out. When are you gonna fuck around and find out that you've been bullshitting yourself? You've been playing yourself. It ain't the fucking Republicans' fault. It ain't Donald Trump's fault. It's your fucking fault. And I'm not against Donald Trump. I ain't for his ass either. I don't give a fuck about politicians. I'm for the fucking people. When are the fucking people gonna wake the fuck up? When are the people gonna grow the fuck up? When are the people gonna come to an understanding? Man, I gotta stop playing these fucking bullshit games. I gotta wake the fuck up and get out this fucking matrix. I gotta stop doing this fucking religion shit. I gotta stop following all these raggedy ass fucking quote unquote rules that tell me to obey and be good and go to school and get a good education and keep my FICO score over 800 and I'm good. I'm in good standing and you're fucking miserable. We're going there today. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. You can't take your fucking FICO score with you, your credit score with you. Nobody give a fuck about your fucking credit score. That's some more ways for them to fucking manipulate and control your ass. Grow the fuck up. Grow up. At what point are we gonna stop playing the fucking games? At what point are we gonna stop being distracted with the bullshit? At what point are we gonna say, you know what? No, time out. I gotta stop blaming my fucking daddy. I gotta stop blaming my fucking mama. I gotta stop blaming my babysitter, my aunties and my uncles and my teachers, my sisters and all these. I gotta stop blaming everybody for my fucking miserable life. At some point, I gotta own up and be man up and woman enough to say, you know what? I fucked up because I bought into the bullshit. I fucked up because I listened to these stupid ass motherfuckers tell me this ignorant ass shit, and I knew my intuition, my guts was telling me not to do this, but I did it anyways because I'd rather be accepted by these people. I wanted these people to like me. I wanted these people to validate me. And so I went against my intuition. I went against my gut. I went against my better instinct and I did what they wanted me to do. And now I'm miserable and lonely and frustrated. Now I'm broke as fuck. I'm mad as hell. Because I knew I shouldn't have did that shit and I did it anyway. I knew I shouldn't marry her raggedy ass, but I did it anyways. I knew I shouldn't hooked up with that bum ass dude, but you did it anyways. At what point are we gonna grow up and say, you know what? I can't be mad at nobody. I can't be mad at nobody but me. I did this shit. I created this chaos that I'm living in. I created this fucking monster right here. This chaotic world that I'm living, I created this shit. I created this shit with my fucking choices. I created this shit with my low self-esteem. I created this shit seeking fucking validation from external sources. I created this shit. This crazy ass world that I live in, I created it. I'm lonely, I'm frustrated, I'm miserable, I'm bitter. I created this shit. I created this shit. Yeah, I could keep blaming him. He's been gone 15 years. And your life ain't got no fucking better. You blaming him ain't changed shit. You blaming your baby mama ain't changed shit. You still miserable. You still lonely. You're still frustrated. You're still broke. At what point are we gonna stand up and say, hold the time out. Enough of the bullshit. I'm not blaming anybody else. I'm gonna look at the motherfucking mirror. I'm gonna look at the monster in the motherfucking mirror. I'm gonna look at the demon in the motherfucking mirror. I'm gonna look at the man in the motherfucking mirror. I'm gonna look at the woman in the motherfucking mirror. And I'm gonna call a spade a fucking spade. You look good, but you fucked up. You cool, but you got some fucked up tendencies. Oh, you talk a good game. But you hiding all of that fucking insecurity and fear up underneath it. You talk super spiritual. You rock all the crystals. You do all the tarot and oracle and charms and all that other, but you scared as fuck. And you really low vibrating on some low vibrating bullshit. If the truth be told, you vibrating on fear. You vibrating on lack. But then you talk all this abundance, you talk all this peace, and your ass don't know what peace is. You ain't never had a day of peace. You can't even sleep because you ain't got no fucking peace. We're going there today. This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. We've got to stop playing fucking games. We've got to stop fucking hiding. All masks come off right now. All masks come off in 2025. Y'all thought 2024 people was getting exposed? Nah, the truth is coming out this year. That was just the beginning. See, all you super spiritual motherfuckers think y'all really woke, think y'all super spiritual. Y'all gonna be tested this year. You're gonna go through something and your true nature is gonna come out. You're gonna have to see the person in the motherfucking, because that's the only way you're gonna grow. That's the only way you're gonna be able to go to that next level, because you keep faking the funk. You keep lying to yourself and deceiving everybody else, thinking that you all that. And you ain't putting in the motherfucking work. Because you won't put in the work to deal with your shit, God's gonna have to expose your shit. Because you refuse to put in the fucking work on your own. You got to understand this. I'm not mad at anybody. Man, I'm rejuvenated. I'm well rested. I'm in a great place. I just want us to grow the fuck up. I just want us to start living our best life. I just want us to start understanding what real peace is about. I just want us to be able to start experiencing some real joy. And I'm not talking about that peace and joy y'all get from getting fucking drunk or getting fucking high or from having fucking sex. I'm talking about that peace that you can't fucking understand. I'm talking about that joy you can't even explain. You don't even know why you got so much peace. You don't even know why you got so much joy. That's the peace that I'm talking about. That's the joy that I'm talking about. We got to grow up. We got to grow up. And I understand life can be hard. Life can be challenging. What's up with you, Paul? I'm glad you can make it, brother. Life can be very challenging. But you know what? Life is only challenging like that because God is trying to show you, look, I got faith in you. I know you can handle this. You got this. That's what God is telling you by Him allowing you to go through all the bullshit you got to go through. That's God's way saying, I know you got this. You can handle this. But because we don't believe in ourselves, we don't understand who we are, we don't know the power that we have, we don't know the authority that we have, we go through some shit and we get all fucked up over it because people have told us that we wasn't shit our whole fucking life. And we grew up believing that we ain't shit. We grew up believing we ain't got no fucking power. And so the whole world is crashing down around us and we can't do a damn thing to change it. Our whole life is crumbling around us. And we're completely powerless to do anything about it. Because we don't understand who the fuck we are. We don't understand the authority that we have. And so we allow the distractions of the world to get us fucked up. We allow the people that walk out of our life to make us think that, man, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve to be loved. Nobody's going to like me. Nobody's going to want me. Bullshit. They raggedy ass didn't want you. Bullshit. Their sorry ignorant ass didn't want you. That don't mean that the right one don't want you. I'm going to slow up. I'm going to say that again because I think you missed it. Just because they ignorant ass didn't want you, just because they ignorant ass walked out your life, just because they ignorant ass told somebody else, don't mean that you're not lovable. Doesn't mean that there's not the right one for you. It just means that that was the wrong one. Catch that. That's not a validation that you ain't shit. That's not confirming that you're not lovable. That's confirming that they wasn't capable of understanding who the fuck you was. They wasn't capable of seeing your true nature. They wasn't capable of vibrating at the frequency they need to be at. We got to grow the fucking emotion and catch that. But we're so fucking hard on ourselves and we're so dumbed down into who we really are because somebody else walk out our life. We take that man, nobody's gonna love me, nobody's gonna accept me, everybody rejects me, nobody's around me. And then we just think that we're not lovable. We think that love is gonna go to everybody else but us. We think everybody else deserves to be happy but us. We think everybody else can fulfill their life purpose and dreams and goals but us. Because we've allowed these people to influence us. And we've allowed these people to make us feel like we ain't shit. And then we believe that. We believe that. So you look at the picture, the caption that I put up for this live stream. You see me holding this python, huge ass snake. And I selected that picture for a reason. Because snakes, for some reason, have a natural thing that makes men fearful. Snakes have a thing about them that makes women fearful. People are naturally scared of snakes for whatever reason. And so I picked that picture because I want to show us that, man, this is that year. As chosen ones, as light workers, starseeds, man, you will have to pick that motherfucking snake up and look that motherfucking man, that motherfucking demon, that motherfucking woman, that fear, that insecurity, that self-hatred, whatever the fuck you holding on to, you gonna have to pick that motherfucker up and hold it and let it know that you the motherfucking boss. You running shit and you ain't scared of shit no fucking more. There comes a time in your life where you're gonna have to man the fuck up, face that motherfucking man in the mirror and say, man, I ain't scared no more. You ain't punking me no more. You're not taking my milk money no more. You're not taking my lunch money no more. We're going to have to fight today. We're going to have to fight today. You might beat my ass, but we fighting today. We fighting today. You ain't just give me, and I'm just giving you shit. No, them days is fucking over with. Them days is over with. You can just talk to me like I ain't shit. Them days is over with. You could just tell me that I'm stupid and I'm ugly and I'm fat and I'm dark and I'm too white and nobody's gonna like me and nobody's gonna love me and I'm too ugly and I'm buck toothed. I got 4 eyes and my hair's nappy. You can't tell me that shit no fucking more. You don't want me? Cool. Take your raggedy ass on. Because you fucking up my vibration anyways. You don't want me? Take your raggedy ass on so the real king could come in, so my real queen could come in. You fucking up the flow. Get the fuck on. We got to grow the fuck up. You trying to hold on to this raggedy ass motherfucker that don't want you. Why? Because you got self-hatred. Because you don't believe in yourself. Because you don't believe that you're lovable. You don't believe that you could get a real woman. You don't believe you could get a real man. You don't believe that you could get somebody that's going to love you and value you and hold on to you and be willing to fight for you and protect you and nurture you. You don't really believe that. You want that, but you don't really believe that about you. So you rather hold on to this thing that don't really want you. You rather hold on to this low life that don't really want you. And they doing everything in their power to show you that you ain't shit to them. They do everything in their fucking power to show you how little they feel about you, how little they think about you. And you hold on to that shit. You're fighting for that shit. For what? They don't want you. Let them take their raggedy ass down the fucking road. The truth be told, they really don't want to go down the road. They just want to keep draining your fucking energy. They just want to keep you fucking distracted. They just want to keep you holding on to their toxic ass. They don't want you. Never did. It was all a game. And I know that hurts because you were in love with them. I know that hurts because you were in love with them. And they meant the world to you. And you didn't mean shit to them. That's the difference. They meant the world to you, but you didn't mean shit to them. You never did. That's why they could walk away from you like that. That's why they could treat you like that. That's why they could dog you out like that. Because you ain't never meant shit to them. And it is what it is. And for some of us, it's not loved ones as far as ex-girlfriends, wives, husband. It's your family. It's your daddy. It's your mama. It's your raggedy ass sister, your nappy headed fucking brother. It's your aunties that's in competition with you. It's your uncles that's hating on you. That's real shit. And I know we don't like talking like this. I know this type of real transparent conversation fucks up, fucks everything up for us because we're not used to this. We're not used to being transparent like this. We're not used to being raw. We're so busy tiptoeing around motherfuckers' egos. We're so busy tiptoeing around people's religious beliefs. Oh, I don't want to offend nobody. Oh, I don't want to hurt anybody's fucking opinions. Oh, bullshit. Them days is fucking over with. I don't give two fucks if somebody get their fucking feelings hurt. I'm going to live my true life. I'm going to walk in my true authority and my true purpose, whether they like it or not. Whether they reject it or not, they ain't got shit to do with me. That ain't got shit to do with me. If they don't like how you live, fuck them. If they don't like how you live, tell them to get their ass on out the way. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Tell them to go pick another motherfucker. We ain't got time no more for the bullshit. We ain't got time for the fucking games. We ain't got time for the fucking distractions. We've wasted enough time on the bullshit. We've wasted enough time trying to be accepted by others. We've wasted enough time looking to be validated by others. We've wasted enough time looking for love in all the wrong places from all the raggedy ass people that we never should have even hooked up with. But because we were so fucking lonely, because we were so fucking insecure, because we were so fucking hurt and damaged, we couldn't see how fucked up they were. We couldn't see how toxic they were. We couldn't see how messed up they were. That's real shit. And see, when you deal with your shit, you face the fucking monsters in the mirror. You do your shadow, you're able to recognize that shit in other people. Not that you sit there and judge them, but you're able to sit there in compassion and understanding why they are the way they are. Game recognize game. We say that shit all the fucking time. If game recognize game, if real recognize real, how come you can't see how fucked up they are? Because you're fucked up. And you're too fucked up to even recognize how fucked up they are. I can't be any more honest than this. Can't be any more transparent than this. We've got to grow the fuck up. You've got to grow the fuck up emotionally. And so when we deal with our shit, we heal our shit. Now, when other motherfuckers come and they come with that bullshit, they come with the games and the lies and the deceit. Even the shit, the motherfuckers masking behind spirituality, hiding behind their fucking tarot cards and all. And I'm not against that shit. I got tarot cards here. I got oracle cards here. I'm not against that. But don't allow motherfuckers to deceive you with the bullshit. Just because they got tarot cards. Just because they got a fucking Bible. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers got Bibles, quoting scriptures and robbing motherfuckers all day, every day. We've got to grow the fuck up and recognize energy for what it is. At some point, man, I like to think that we're going to grow up emotionally as a tribe and get to that place of, okay, it's not about so much the body. It's not so much about how they look. It's not so much about their appearance. Because in America, that's all we make it about. How big her titties is, how nice and round her lips is, how fat her ass is, and all this other stupid ass shit. Because for some reason, they think that shit makes them look good. Who was guys dating and banging before all these women start getting all these fucking implants and all this other stupid ass shit? It wasn't like guys was out. I'm 55 years old. It wasn't like we was out chasing after fucking deer and sheep and all this other stupid ass shit. We were still attracted to these same ass women that didn't have all these fucking implants, that didn't have all these fucking titty jobs, that didn't have all their fucking lips fucked up, that wasn't walking around with these fucking 4-inch eyelashes and these 8-inch fucking nails. We didn't have to have none of that shit, and we was attracted to fucking women. That shit don't make you look better. That feeds your fucking ego. That feeds your fucking insecurity. I'm that motherfucker to tell you that. I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth whether you want to hear it or not. And these simple ass guys that like all that shit, that tell you they want all that shit, those are the type of motherfuckers you don't want to be fucking with in the first fucking place. Again, we got to learn to start recognizing energy for what it really fucking is. You look at a dude and you see all his tattoos. Oh, he got muscles. Oh, he got a nice ride, and that's the shit you looking for. Oh, he got a great job, and all the superficial shit. His energy fucked all the way up, and he gonna dog you the fuck up and break your fucking heart. Oh, you looking for somebody that's been in pen, somebody that's hood, somebody that's street, and they ain't fixed their fucking energy. They ain't dealt with their fucking trauma. They ain't dealt with their fucking issues, and they're gonna fuck your life up too. Because you're looking at the wrong shit. We got to grow the fuck up as a people. What the fuck happened to us? Where did the shit go fucking wrong? We got to stop playing the games. You got to stop playing the game with you. These motherfuckers gonna do what they fucking do. They ain't got shit to do with you. Let their ass fall off the fucking mountain if that's what they have to do. Let their ass fucking crash and burn if that's what they gotta fucking do. But as far as us, chosen ones, light workers, starseeds, healers, and we gotta wake the fuck up. We gotta snap all this fucking funk. We gotta slap the shit out of each other with some fucking reality. Wake the fuck up. We gotta shake each other and snap the fuck about this shit. You wanna be a real man? You call yourself a real man? All right, a real man ain't just running around quoting fucking scriptures. That don't make you no fucking man. What makes you a man is how you live your motherfucking life, how you treat other people, how you deal with your bullshit. How are you compassionate and loving and nurturing to the rest of humanity? How are you a beacon of hope to other people? You running around in a suit and you get mad at motherfuckers calling people, oh, you shouldn't be cussing like that. Oh, you shouldn't be tatted up like that. Oh, you shouldn't have an unk up like that. Oh, you shouldn't have those crystals on. Like, shut the fuck up, take your raggedy, ignorant ass on somewhere. We talking real folk today. We ain't got time for the religious ignorance. We don't have time for that bullshit no more. That's fucked us up enough. And I don't give a fuck who get offended. You're only offended because the shit registers. You only offended because the shit resonates with you. And God, source universe within you is trying to wake you to fuck up and get you to understand, hey, he's talking to you. That's your intuition inside of you telling you, man, he's talking some real shit to you. You don't want to hear it because you bogged down with that fucking religious shit. See, it ain't about you quoting scriptures. It ain't about how fucking educated you are. It don't matter how many doctorate degrees you have. Are you willing to dive deep into your subconscious thoughts and fears and insecurities? Are you willing to dive deep into your pain and trauma to understand that shit? To stop being a fucking victim and to let it go. And how do you let all that shit go? You let that shit go only by understanding it. There is no forgetting about the pain. There is no forgetting about the trauma and the experience. No, that's not the purpose of it. We got to grow the fuck up and understand this. You only release the pain by changing your perspective of the experience. Let me say it again. See, people tell you, oh yeah, you gotta forget about it. You gotta forget about it, and you gotta let it go. There ain't no forgetting about that shit. There ain't no forgetting about that shit. That's not how you let that shit go. Again, I'm 55 years old. My father murdered my mama when I was 2, right in front of me. There ain't no forgetting about that shit. I was molested twice by quote unquote Christian dudes at the age of 6. Ain't no forgetting about that shit. I had a wife die from breast cancer. Ain't no forgetting about that shit. You can't forget that shit. That's a fucking illusion. And the people telling you to forget about that shit fucking lying to you and gassing you up for more fucking pain and suffering. Why? Because you're never gonna forget about it. That's why motherfuckers become drunks. That's why motherfuckers start popping pills. Why? So they can be distracted from the fucking pain. They get strung out on dope, alcohol, and just do all kinds of other shit. Why? To take their mind off of the pain, to take their mind off of the experience. They want to forget, but there is no forgetting. There's only healing. And there's only healing through understanding. Through understanding. See, this is real shit that psychologists don't want to talk to you about. Why? Because they want you to keep coming back. Why? Because they keep getting paid by you keep coming back. This is why the pharmaceutical companies make billions of fucking dollars. Because we keep going back for more fucking medication. Because we're dependent on them. And they won't give you the fucking answer so that you can heal. So you can let that shit go. So you can be the best version of yourself. Because the truth, they don't want you fucking healed. The church don't want you fucking healed. The church don't want you fixed. The church don't want you not needing to go back to them. Because as long as you come to them, you got to give them money. They're just like the pharmaceutical company, just like the hospital, just like the doctors. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep giving us money. And they keep getting wealthier, and your ass keep getting broke. We've got to grow the fuck up and understand the game that's been played on us. We've got to grow up. We got to get to a place that's like, okay, wait a minute, time out, time out, time out. How come they don't want me to be healed? How come they want me to be so distracted with all this bullshit? Why is that that's always on the news? It's a more drama and bullshit. Why in the hip hop culture is it always some fucking chaos and drama? Why is it always some fucking beef? Why do they keep us fucking divided, racially divided, politically divided, religiously divided? What the fuck is going on? How come they don't want us coming together? How come they don't want us to have these real heart to heart conversations? How come they don't want us chopping it up like this? Okay. Why is everybody that's on social media pushing all this stupid shit? It sounds good, but the reality, that ain't really helping nobody. All that's doing is giving you false hope. That's not making your life any fucking better. That's like them telling you to just hang on, you're going to heaven. Fuck going to heaven. We've got to grow the fuck up. You came here not to be miserable your whole fucking life and live to be 70, 80 fucking years in hell just to say that you're going to go to heaven. What kind of fucking psychotic bullshit is that? And again, I know that goes against what our religious group has taught us. Come here and God just wants you to be persecuted and he just wants you to just live and just pray and and he's going to take you to heaven if you can survive all the healing. That's not godly. That's not what God is talking about. We've got to grow the fuck up. We didn't come here to be doormats. We didn't come here to be ran all over. We didn't come here to be used up. Family, I'm a poor kid from California. Very poor. And it was 5 of us kids. And for our school clothes, man, we used to go to the Salvation Army thrift stores. We get our school clothes. It was rough. That's back when we had food stamps. And the food stamps were like the little green and blue and orange and red. And I don't remember what other colors. It was a blue, green, orange, red, brown, I think. Some shit like that. Life was rough. Again, this is back in the 70s. Life was rough. I've traveled the world. I love traveling. I just came back from Thailand, Singapore, and Bali. I'm not saying that the floss or flavor, none of that stupid shit. You could live the fucking dreams you want. Fuck waiting around to go to heaven. That don't make no fucking sense. God created this world as big as it is, as beautiful as this world is. Just think about this for a minute. God created this world, this planet, as nice as it is, as exotic as it is. You can't tell me that God created this world as beautiful, as majestic, and as magnificent as it is. And He didn't want us to explore it. He didn't want us to experience this. He didn't want us to be able to go see this. If God made this world as beautiful as it is, and He put us here, then that means logically He must want us to get out and be able to see it and experience it, to be able to enjoy it. But how can you enjoy it if you don't do what you got to do to be able to enjoy it? So you miss that. It goes straight to, I'm going to heaven. And what you're saying is, fuck the planet, fuck Earth. I want to go to heaven. I want to see what God has for me in store for heaven. But you're dismissing everything that God has in store for you here on earth. Catch that. You're telling God, yeah, God, I know you got to Beautiful stuff up in heaven for me. Fuck everything here on earth. I don't give a damn how much work you put into this earth, this planet. I don't give a damn how much work you put in to make all these animals, to make all this land, to make all these trees, and da 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 da. I don't give a damn about all this shit here, all the beauty and the magic. The grace and whatever you call this place here. I don't give a shit about this place. I just can't wait to get to heaven. I'm going to heaven. I'm going to heaven. I'm going to, and you're saying fuck earth. And that's why the planet is fucked up the way it is. That's why people don't respect the planet the way they do now. Because we don't give a fuck about earth. All we talking about is going to heaven. We ain't never seen heaven. We ain't never been on heaven. We can't even appreciate where we at. We don't want to go around and enjoy what we have at our disposal now. Yo, ungrateful ass gonna get to fucking heaven and you ain't gonna like it there. You gonna get to heaven to want something else. We got to grow the fuck up. How can you appreciate something you ain't never seen? And you can't even appreciate what's here. You won't even take the time to go appreciate what's here. You can't even take the time to appreciate your life. We're going there. This is about to get rough. Because you're so busy comparing yourself to everybody else. Oh, they got a man. Oh, they got a woman. And then all this other stupid shit. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you loving you. Ain't nothing wrong with you spoiling and pampering you. Why the fuck are we always waiting for somebody else? We're always waiting for somebody else to come love me and value me and adore me and respect me and cherish me and put me up on that pedestal. And then we're always waiting for something else to come validate us. This trip that I just went on, I went on that trip by myself, for myself. That was my Valentine's gift and my birthday present to me. I don't need somebody else fucking validating me. I don't need somebody else doing some shit for me. Truth be told, I ain't never had that shit anyways. You know what I mean? I ain't never really had that shit. All the women I've had, ain't nobody ever really spoiled me. Truth be told, ain't nobody spoiled me. Not like I was spoiling them. Ain't nobody ever did for me. And you know the cold part? I used to try to do everything I could for them, to spoil them and to pamper them, to show them how much I loved and valued and cherished them. I used to pour out into them, hoping that they would see my efforts and they would reciprocate that. But you know what God had to show me about that? God had to show me how ignorant I really was. What God had to show me is, Elijah, you're doing that because you're looking for validation. You're doing that because you want them to validate you. You're doing that because the truth be told, Elijah, you don't really feel like you're deserving of love. You're doing that, Elijah, because you don't really feel like you deserve to be pampered. You say you want it, but the truth be told, you don't really believe it. Because if you really believe that, Elijah, you would treat yourself like that. If you really believe that, you would validate yourself like that. You would spoil yourself like that. You would do for yourself like that. You would do for everybody else, but you won't do for you. You'll spoil everybody else and do the least for yourself. Truth is because you don't really love you. Truth is because you don't really value you. And so you want other people to love you. You want other people to value you because you don't value and love yourself. And that was hard shit. but it was real shit. And so that's why we get caught up in relationships. Oh, I want a man that's gonna do da and da. I want a man that's gonna love me and support me and take care of me and da. I want a woman that's gonna nurture me and love me and da. Because you won't do it for your motherfucking self. That's real shit. That's real shit. And I know it's hard to hear. I know we don't like talking about that, but that's real shit. You don't really love you. You don't really value you. You don't really cherish you. You say you do, but you really don't. And that's why you're so needing of somebody else to come into your life to love you, to cherish you, to hold you, to console you, to reassure you that everything is going to be okay. Because you won't stand up and do that for your motherfucking self. Because you've learned how to be a slave for the fucking world and deprive yourself of everything that you're willing and capable of giving everybody else. Catch that. I'm going to say it again. We are willing to become slaves to the world. We'll do anything and everything for other people, for people that we say we love, people we say we want to be a part of their group. We want to be accepted by them. We'll do anything to fit in. We'll do anything to be liked. But we won't do it for ourselves. We won't love ourselves. We won't value ourselves. We won't appreciate our own trials and tribulations and obstacles that we've had to grow through. We hear other people's stories and we get so captivated, so caught up and just so enamored, just, oh, that's so heartfelt and oh, that's so amazing. That's so great that they're able to overcome that. And we dismiss and minimize everything that we've gone through. Yeah, you're right, cowboy. But the trip is, it's not that we're still not good enough for them. The truth is, we're not good enough for ourselves. See, as long as we focus on them and how they receive what we do, how they accept what we do, we're caught up in the matrix. We're lost in the distraction. It's never about them. It's always about us. It's always about us. See, we get so fixated on how come they don't accept us. We get so fixated on how come they reject us. We get so fixated, how come they can't love me? How come they can't see me? No, motherfucker, how come you can't see yourself? How come you can't love yourself? How come you can't forgive yourself? How come you can't value yourself? How come you can't accept yourself? Let's talk about that. I don't want to talk about how come nobody else wants you. I don't want to talk about how come nobody else wants to be in a relationship. I don't want to talk about how come nobody else likes you. Let's get to the heart of the matter. How come you don't like yourself? Let's get to the heart of the matter. Why are you afraid of being alone with yourself? See, and so many people told me that, man, I've been alone. You've been alone, but you haven't done the work while being alone. You've been alone. I give you that. 7 years celibate, 8 years celibate, 10 years celibate. But you ain't put in the motherfucking work to understand what the fuck is wrong with me. Why do I need sex like that? Why do I need somebody to touch me like that? Why do I need the validation of other people? Why do I need the acceptance of that? What's wrong with me? We won't do that work because we get so distracted on I'm alone, I'm celibate, and I'm da-da-da-da-da-da, and we get stuck in that. But you ain't doing the fucking work. You ain't healing shit. You ain't fixing shit. And then we become bitter and frustrated with how come people can't see us? How people can't value us? How come people can't accept us? How come they can't see all the work that I put in to being me? How come they can't see all the hell that I've gone through? And how come they can't be proud of me? And da 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 da. And it ain't their fucking place. It ain't their fucking business. How come you can't appreciate it for yourself? Why are you still fixated on them? We got to grow up. We got to grow up. And see what happens for so many of us, we get twisted in our thought process and we think we've healed when we really haven't healed. And all we've done is become more bitter. All we've done is become more callous. All we've done is become more hardened. But we have not healed. And we think because I'm not crying because you broke my heart anymore, I'm not boo-hooing and sobbing, I'm not doing that shit no more. You think that's healed. Now you're just hard as fuck and mean as fuck, angry as fuck. But you're not any fucking better. You haven't healed anything. You're guarded as fuck. Motherfuckers try to get to know you and you 15 feet. Because you're terrified of getting your heart broke again. Because you haven't healed. But you talk about I've healed and I'm did it, and no the fuck you haven't. "2025. The truth is coming out this year. All masks come off this year. Yeah, the masks are coming off. You're gonna start seeing yourself how you really are. All the fears and insecurities that you really have, that you've been hiding, that you didn't even realize you had, the pain and the hurt that you've been carrying, that you didn't realize that you were still carrying, all that shit's coming to the surface this year. And for so many of you, it's gonna feel like a nervous fucking breakdown. So many of you, it's gonna feel like I'm just emotional. It's gonna feel like that. It is what it is. Embrace that shit. Embrace that shit. You're never gonna fucking heal until you're fucking honest with yourself. You're never gonna fucking heal until you can see the real you. But you ain't never liked the real you. You've always rejected the real you because everybody else has rejected the real you. And so you don't know how to handle that. You don't know how to process that. Your whole life you've been made to feel like you're not good enough. Your whole life you've been made to feel like you're not worthy. And so without even understanding it, you bought into that bullshit. And so many of you, and this is what I see in the spiritual movement, so many of us, we become so rebellious and so hateful for the establishment That we reject all of that bullshit. These motherfuckers tell me I'm not getting that, and I reject that, and we become so hateful. We become so fucking narcissistic. We become so arrogant in our fucking ignorance. But we don't fucking heal. We don't become all that we're capable of becoming. And we think we're healed. We think we've moved beyond all of that pain. We move beyond all of that suffering because we don't allow those family toxic people to hurt us no more with their arrogance and their ego and them putting us down and all this other stupid ass shit. And we don't understand that we became our own fucking worst monster. We became our own worst fucking enemy. And we still refuse to grow the fuck up. We get super spiritual, and I'm and I got all these fucking titles, and you still ain't healed that fucking little girl within you. You got all these fucking titles, and you still ain't healed that little boy within you. You got all these fucking titles, and you're still fucking damaged good. You got all these fucking titles, and you're still broken and frustrated and miserable and lonely and all kinds of fucked up ways. You know what I mean? You ain't fixed the fucking problem. All you've done was add more problems on top of it because you're so super spiritual now. You so fucking woke now. Can't nobody tell you shit. Oh, you just fucking on my vibration. Oh, you just fucking on my vibe. And that just don't resonate with me. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down and grow up. Stop fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. And I get it. I get it. That little kid inside of you has been so beat down. I get it. That little girl, that little boy has been made so vulnerable. And he's been so abused and so disrespected. Now you've taken on this persona. You're strong as fuck, and nobody's gonna disrespect me, and nobody's gonna tell me that I'm da and nobody's gonna and now you can't fucking heal. And now you ain't no fucking good. You think you are, you think you woke, but you're fucking delusional. And the people that's really trying to help you, you're pushing them away. We're pushing away the people that's really trying to help us. We're rejecting the people that God has truly sent into our life to help us. But then at the same time, we're so delusional, we'll accept and we'll listen to other people's bullshit. We'll hear the shit that they're telling us. Go back to game, recognize game. Real, recognize real. I can't see that this is a real man of God. I can't hear that this is a real woman of God. Because of my issues, my pain, my trauma. And so I'm blocking all that shit out. I don't want to hear what you're saying. You don't look like a man of God. You don't sound like a man of God. I reject you and I bind you back to the pit of hell from whence you came and all this other stupid ass shit. But then we'll fall in love with this woman that don't mean shit to us. We'll fall in love with this dude that's trying to gas us the fuck up and take everything we fucking got. But we're so fucking woke. We're so fucking spiritual. We're so fucking enlightened. So we say. So we say. We got to grow up. We got to grow up. At some point, the mask has to come off. At some point, we got to be honest with ourselves. At some point, we got to be honest with the world. If you're a true starseed, if you're a true healer, light worker, true child of God, you understand. It's not an easy journey. Not an easy journey at all. People are going to attack you. People are going to reject you. People are going to abandon you. People are going to lie on you. And it is what it is. That's okay. That's part of the process. What am I supposed to learn from this? What did you want me to see in this situation? What am I supposed to learn about me in this situation? How can this make me a better person? And one of the hardest things that I've had to learn is the process of forgiving. The process of forgiving. See, forgiving is not something that you just do with your mouth. Forgiving happens way, 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 way before you open your fucking mouth. See, you could say I forgive you and not mean it. You say I forgive you all you want to, and that don't mean shit. Just like when you say when somebody sneezes and you just automatically God bless you. You really don't mean that. You just say that naturally, just instinctively. I'm just being polite. It's like somebody gives you something, you just, oh, thank you. And they don't really mean thank you. They're not really grateful for what you gave them. They're just saying thank you because they're just being, you was nice to them, so they're going to be nice to you. See, gratitude is a spirit. It's not something you say. Forgiveness is a spirit. It's not something you just say. We got to grow up and understand that. Forgiveness comes from the heart. Forgiveness is like, I'm not perfect. I've never been perfect. How can I demand and expect anybody else to be perfect? My mother wasn't perfect. My father wasn't perfect. How can I be mad at them when I myself have never been perfect? I've made mistakes. I've made poor choices. Because I've made poor choices don't mean that I'm a bad guy. Other people have made poor choices too. We're all battling something. We're all dealing with something. We don't talk about it, but we're all dealing with something. And so we got to learn to be forgiving, forgiving of others, for not meeting the expectations and the demands that we placed on them. That doesn't mean that because I forgive you, I got to let you back in my life, especially when you ain't earned the forgiveness. And the truth be told, I've had to learn to forgive my father for murdering my mother. My father never asked me to forgive him, not once. He never asked me, and he never had to. I didn't forgive my father for killing my mom because my father deserved it. I forgave my father for killing my mom because I deserved it. You got to catch this. I deserved it. I deserve to not have to carry that fucking weight anymore. See, because as long as you hold on to unforgiveness, that's negative, toxic energy. That's negative, toxic energy. And I didn't want to have to keep carrying that around. And so the only way to get rid of that negative, toxic energy was to release it. And the only way to release it was to be like, okay, you know what? My father's never asked me to forgive him. He's still playing the fucking victim in this whole situation. My father was on his deathbed. Still didn't ask me to forgive him. And he didn't have to. I gave him a hug. Last time I seen him, I gave him a hug. And he was out of it. And I held him. I told him I loved him. And I said, go in peace. I set you loose. And this energy came out of my heart. And it like gave him a shock. And I felt it go out of me into him. And he, and so I knew he received what I gave him. And that's the last time I saw my father. He died the next day. I didn't forgive him out of an act of mercy for him. I forgave him because as a grown-ass man, I was sick and tired of walking around being a fucking victim. I forgave him because I was sick and tired of walking around acting as though I was a fucking judge. Because as long as you're holding unforgiveness for somebody, you stand in judgment of them. I'm gonna say that again. As long as you hold unforgiveness for somebody, you stand in judgment of them. You can't have fault against somebody if you don't first judge them. You judge their acts. You judge whatever it is that they've done as unfitting, undesiring, unworthy of the love, or whatever the case is. You judge something that they've done. You judge something that they said. And because it didn't meet your expectations, it didn't meet your standards, you now hold this unforgiveness for them. And so I had to grow up and understand that, man, if I want to be free, I have to free him. And it's not even that I got to free him. I got to free this energy that I have towards him. He's gone on with his life. He's doing what the fuck. He's been doing what the fuck he wanted to do. And it has shit to do with me. But my feelings towards him were fucked up. My feelings towards him, my energy towards him was toxic and negative. And so in order to free him, I had to free me. And by freeing him of that judgment, I freed me from that negative toxic energy. You got to catch this. So when you forgive people, you free yourself. As long as you hold unforgiveness for other people, you keep yourself a fucking prisoner. You keep yourself a fucking slave to that low vibration, that toxic energy. You'll never be all that you came here to be. You'll never reach your fucking full potential as long as you hold unforgiveness to anybody. And I don't give a damn who they are. I don't give a damn what they did. You got to forgive them. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you that if you want to be all that you came here to be, if you want true joy, if you want true peace, you've got to forgive them. You got to let them go. And letting them go is I'm letting go of my judgment for you. I'm letting go of my judgment of you. You're not perfect. You've never been perfect. I know you broke my heart. You crushed me. You fucked my world up. You did it. You did it. You raped me. You violated me. You killed my mama. You killed my whatever it is you did. As much as that hurt me, I release you from my judgment because I understand that you have your own issues that I may not know anything about. You carry your own baggage, your own pain, your own trauma that I may not know anything about. And so I release you from my judgment. because I want peace, because I want joy, because I want to move on and be all that I'm capable of being. So it's not about you. It's about me raising my vibration. And for some of you, you're going to learn how to forgive yourself. You forgive others so easy, but you've never learned how to forgive yourself. And so you walk around with this shame. You walk around with this guilt. You had a great marriage. You had a great relationship. You had a great job and you fucked it up, or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. You can't go back and change that. You can't change that. I know it hurt, but you got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself for not being perfect. You got to forgive yourself for being human. You got to forgive yourself for being damaged, for being an emotional wreck. You got to let it go. Sometimes things work out to where you can get back together. And sometimes they don't work out like that. That's not the point. Whether you ever get back together or not is irrelevant. The point is you want peace. The point is you want joy. You want a higher vibration. You want to be a better version of yourself, whether that's with that person or without that person. Again, you got to learn to love you. You got to learn to love you. I've had to learn that my peace and my joy are the most valuable things that I have. Let me say again. My peace, my joy are my most priceless or most valuable things I have. You know what I mean? They mean the most to me. I can't put a price on that. I can't put a price on that. I came to New York and man, I got in this relationship and man, she meant the world to me. Meant the world to me. And then it just all went bad. You know what I mean? It didn't go bad. It just went hellish quick. And that fucked up my peace. That fucked up my joy. My whole world flipped upside down. And I found myself, because I came to New York. I'm from Cali. I came to New York and I didn't know anybody here but her and her mom. Um, and so, other than the people I started working with, meeting and stuff like that. But when the relationship went bad, I was in New York all by myself. All by myself. And that's a lonely ass feeling. To be the largest city in America and not to be around anybody that you fuck with. To be in the largest city in America and not to be around people that really fuck with you like that really got your back. To be in the largest city in America and feel like you're all alone. Nobody sees you, nobody cares about you, nobody gives a damn. You know what I mean? That's lonely as fuck. And so, like 6 months after that breakup, I was homeless, sleeping on a train. But I've always been a worker. You know, I mean, I've always been one about having money coming in. So 6 months after that breakup, I paid for myself to go to Egypt, to go see the pyramids and go on a cruise down the Nile, or up the Nile. Now it's a way of just like, man, I gotta do something for me. I've never done anything for me. I've never done anything for me. I've always done for everybody else. But I've always wanted other people to do for me. Catch that. I did for all the women, I did for my kids, and I've always hoped that they would reciprocate that and pay it back. Never happened. So I went to Egypt, swam in the Nile, collected some of the sand, and I carried in this little thing right here everywhere I go from the pyramids. And that was my way of saying to myself, I'm still here. I've gone through all of the hell that I've gone through, and I'm still motherfucking here. I survived all the broken hearts and the abandonments and the rejections, the lies and the betrayals, and I'm still motherfucking here. I survived being lonely and starving and hungry and frustrated, but I'm still fucking here. I survived sleeping all curled up, crying and boo-hooing and frustrated and mad as fuck, but I'm still fucking here. That's what that showed me. You know, I went down into the pyramids. That was the revelation. You've gone to the pits of hell. You've endured the worst. You've endured seeing your daddy murder your mama. You endured being molested by those guys. You endured being beat by your uncles. You endured the verbal beatdowns from your family and the rejections from your family. You endured the abandonment from the women. You endured your wife dying. You endured moving to New York and being rejected and lied on, but you're still fucking here. You're still fucking here. This time when I went on the trip, it was pure joy. You know what I mean? It was just bliss. And it's just because I was in Bangkok. Man, it was great. You know, I was like, oh my God. I've always wanted to go to Thailand since first grade. We had a kid that came to America, was from Thailand in the first grade. And I've always wanted to go to Thailand because of that kid. And then for my Valentine's Day, I woke up in Thailand, in Bangkok. And I was just going to the different temples and just going around seeing different stuff. And it's like, man, this is nice. This is nice. Then I went into Singapore. Singapore was nice. Nice. It was nicer to me than Thailand. Then I went into Bali. I was in Bali for my birthday. Like, man, this is heaven. This is not just, this is great. Just peace and love and just pure bliss. And I was alone. But I was in so much love. I was alone. And yet I had so much peace and joy. It was so amazing to be in all these different places that I've wanted to go and experience for years. And here it is. I'm finally here. After all these years, I'm finally here. And I did it by my fucking self. I didn't have to be living with somebody and miserable in a fucking toxic relationship for us to save up money, for us to go to these places. I did it by my fucking self. Living in the largest city in America, all by my fucking self. Nobody to help me. I'm telling you this because I don't give a damn what your dreams are. I don't give a damn what your goals are. You can accomplish them. You can accomplish them. You just got to believe and be willing to put in the motherfucking work. And stop waiting for some fucking rescuer. Stop waiting for some dude to come marry you and sweep you off your fucking feet. Stop waiting for some fucking woman to come into your life before you can finally boss up and all this other stupid ass shit. You got to believe in your motherfucking self. You got to be willing to say, man, I love me. And because I love me, this is what I want to do. And if this is what I want to do, damn it, this is what I'm going to do. And it don't matter who like it. It don't matter who's jealous. It don't matter who's hating. It don't matter who don't want me to go. Man, I want to do this. I'm going to fucking do it. It ain't up for discussion. You can live the life of your dreams if you're willing to. If you believe in yourself. If you bet on you. You got to bet on you. And see, the problem for the great majority is we won't bet on us because we don't believe in us. Because we really don't like us. We don't really love us. We don't really think that we're good enough. We don't really think that we're worthy. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to show you. You're more than enough. You're more than enough. I talk about my life and my experiences because I want you to understand, man, I'm fucking human. And if I can do it, damn, you can do it too. I didn't have anybody showing me the way out. I didn't have anybody trying to lace me up with game and telling me how to do this and how to, man, I had to figure all this shit out on my fucking own. You don't have to wait till you're 55 to get your shit straight. You don't have to wait till you're 55 to travel the world. You don't have to wait till you're 55 to have peace and joy and just be excited about life. You got to be willing to put in the work right where you're at. And if you are 55 and older, man, you're blessed. Everybody didn't make it to this age. Again, everybody didn't make it to this age. I had a brother that passed away in 2014 from colon cancer. He never saw 50. I had a wife pass away 2016, breast cancer. She never saw 45. I don't say that because that's sad. I live my life with purpose, passionate for all of my ancestors that didn't make it this far, for all of my loved ones that passed away, that are no longer here. I'm excited about life. I'm excited about living. I'm excited about growing. I'm excited about traveling. Why? Because my ancestors wish that they could still be here. And they're gone. And they can't travel like this. They can't experience this like this. So I don't just live for me. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us. I live for them. I live for you all. To show you that, hey, you can have all the fun you want. You could travel everywhere you want. You can have all the peace, all the joy you want. You just have to be willing to face the man, the woman in the mirror and put in the work. But as long as you're waiting for somebody else to come make you happy, as long as you're waiting for somebody else to come sweep you off your feet so you could travel the world and all this other stupid ass shit, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. You've got to get passionate about living. And the trip is, for some reason, it seems as though as we're dying is when we want to become more passionate about living. The closer we get to death, is like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And it's like, damn, what took us so fucking long? What made us wait until we got this fucking age before we decided to get rid of all fucking fears and inhibitions about life and all the other stupid shit to finally just let go of some shit and just start fucking living? Don't wait till death is at your door before you wake up and grow up and have that aha moment and say, damn, I'm gonna let all that shit go. That shit wasn't worth it. I've wasted my fucking life. I've wasted all the time I had. I've wasted my youth. I've wasted all of my energy. What's up with you, Toya? And all this stupid shit. All this negative energy. I'm full of love. Full of passion. Because of because of all that I've gone through. The good, the bad, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all to help you grow and be the best version of you. It's our perspective of our experiences that make it good or bad. All the painful shit. My wife and I wanted to travel. My wife, Cecilia, the one that passed away from breast cancer. But because of our jobs, our titles, our positions, it was hard for us, the supervisors, to get that much time off. And so we really didn't travel. And when she passed, I went to China for 3.5 months. And I had to come to the understanding that, damn, I wasted so much time. I wasted so much fucking time waiting. What the fuck was I waiting for? Always waiting for the right person, always waiting for the right moment. I had put my life on pause, waiting. And after she passed, like, never again. I'm not waiting for anybody to get their shit together. I'm not waiting for somebody to figure out what the fuck they want. I'm not waiting for somebody to figure out whether or not they want to travel. I'm not waiting for somebody to figure out whether they want to grow the fuck up or not. I ain't got time for the bullshit. And to each their own. I'm not knocking nobody. Do you? But I gotta live life with a purpose. I gotta live life with passion. I hope and pray that I said something to inspire you guys, to challenge you guys. I appreciate you guys being with me on this live stream. And it's the first live stream I've done in a long time. I got to get back doing these more often. I love you guys. This is going to be an amazing year for us. This already started out as an amazing year for me. And man, I'm so happy because I see I'm very intuitive. I'm very God, how to say this? I see energy. I feel energy. I recognize energy. And man, It's exciting times for us. Exciting times for us. So many of us, it's exciting times. And for others, this is the beginning. And you'll look back on this and it's like, damn, that's when I started waking up. I thought I was woke, but damn, that's when I got to the place where I started being honest and real with me. 2025 is going to be life changing for you as well. You're going to have a nervous breakdown, some of you, a lot of you. And that's a beautiful thing. There's nothing negative about that. I know that we in society make that seem as weak and simple and all this. No, it's a beautiful thing. What's up with your faith? As long as you do the right thing with it, as long as you grow through it, as long as you understand who the fuck you are. You got to understand that. So if you have a nervous breakdown, or you're going through a nervous breakdown, embrace that. Thank God for that. That's God's way of showing you, man, you're right where you're supposed to be. You're healing. But as long as you look at that with a negative thing, as you're weak and da-da-da, it's going to be bad for you. It's all in our perspective. It's all in your perspective. As long as you look at the things that you've gone through in your life as negative and toxic and painful and blah, 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 as long as you have that negative connotation, that negative perspective, it's always going to be that for you. Okay? And so when you heal and grow and understand, it's like, man, even all the painful shit, the shit that's cost you a lot, the shit that's hurt you, man, I'm grateful for all that shit. I'm grateful that my father murdered my mom right in front of me. I'm grateful for being raised in a Christian fanatic household that I was. I'm grateful for being molested at the age of 6 twice. I'm grateful for my wife passing away. All these things helped me grow. All these things have helped me become the person that I am. I would not be me had I not gone through all of that. I wouldn't have the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding that I have had I not gone through all of that. So I'm grateful for those experiences because I understand how they've helped me grow, how they've helped me evolve. And so I don't look at those things as bad things. I look at them as necessary. It's like going to the gym and working out. I like working out. It's like going to the gym. Man, I got to go through the painful workouts if I want to get muscles. I can't just go to the gym and look good and just like, okay, yeah, I'm imagining I'm lifting weights, but I ain't picking up shit. I'm just going to walk around here and just flex and I ain't got shit flexing, you know what I mean? And thinking that I'm getting in shape, thinking that I'm getting stronger. I got to put in the fucking work. I got to put in, that's going to hurt. I'm going to be sore. I'm going to be stiff afterwards. But it's good pain. It hurts as fuck, but it's good. And when you grow through it, you'll see the rewards. You'll see the benefits. And so it is in life. When you look back on all the things that you've gone through, all the painful things, and you heal and grow through it. Man, thank you guys for being here. I love each and every one of you. Namaste. The God in me, the light in me, the love in me, the wisdom in me sees, recognizes, and cherishes the God, the love, the wisdom, the light within each and every one of you. I love you, family. Happy healing. Peace.